Hello, everybody. We've had a lot of energy shifts that have been pretty crazy, and a lot of people reaching out about feeling really tired. Amen to that. um, Feeling a lot of shifting in the high heart, and definitely feeling a lot of that with people, a lot of sadness that people are still busting through. So lots of self-love, lots of water. Hi, Eric. How are you doing? Is definitely something that we want to do. I came home today from work exhausted, of course, but I think it's just those high energies shifting, feeling better now. I've been drinking a lot of tea, drinking some green tea, and then I like the rooibos. That's really grounding. Um, And then, of course, the B vitamins are definitely helping. Hi, Nico, with energy and just feeling better. Of course, eating clean, high vibration. I have had a little bit of chicken the past couple days. Just felt like I needed a little bit of protein, and so just follow what do you feel like your body needs, and exciting shifts that are taking place. I can definitely feel the timeline shifts that we're going through right now, which are really exciting. So hang in there, folks. It's kind of that shifting from the old karmic ways, the old karmic patterns. A lot of us have been doing a lot of grid work, alchemical work for quite a while, and have been a part of that, helping to hold the vibration steady, do the different grid works that we've been doing, and doing what we can to really help raise those frequencies for people. I feel very connected to the double diamond sun energy activation that's going on right now, with the kind of like the Orifem type energies. There's a lot of shifts with like the golden golden ray energies. There's an emerald energy that's being shifted. Of course, those of us that are indigos and crystals, we're all the rainbow people. We're all the rainbow warriors. Hey, Lucas. And so really staying focused right now on positivity, because the cabal has already been beat. We've already won. We're just playing out the rest of the scenario, basically just allowing things to take place. And so just like Alex Spielman and I have said several times on our webcast with HeartMind Expressions, what we focus on, of course, is what we're going to get, but also think about what's going on military tactic wise. There's still going to be probably false information out there, even from the white hats, because loose lips do sink ships. So only those that are really up in the high ranks are going to know everything. So one thing that we keep hearing is, have faith in the plan, but think of it this way, like a shoplifter. Somebody is holding some merch. Now, if you take it away from them before they leave the store, you can't arrest them. But you allow them to leave the store, you can nail them. So think of it that way. I know it sucks to see fake President-elect Biden and Harris, barf, doing their little thing. Until today I had my last day with a patient that I work, because I work as a caregiver, that I was having to watch The View in the local news every day, which, fun. But noticing the amount of false information that's on there, and even on our local news. I mean, Channel 6, really, guys? Come on, do some research. How about let's stop the monarch programming? Yeah, I'm disappointed in that bullshit. And then the amount of governors doing what they're doing with the face diapers, I refuse to comply, and I will not wear a face diaper anymore. I was tired of fainting at work. That's another reason that I've left this client, because she's so filled with the amount of fear porn from the crap that's going on in the news and the crap that's going on. Even a lot of physicians are being fed crap. My dad just retired as an orthopedic surgeon. Face diaper is not going to stop a virus. It's not going to stop bacteria. Basically keeps you from spitting on a patient. So if you think of a virologist, they're going to be in an airtight suit that's being fed oxygen. So they're not going to get infected. And so if this so-called virus really was that deadly, then why in the hell are people in the hospitals not wearing proper attire for virology? I mean, what the hell? It's just crap. Exactly. I absolutely agree, Shannon. Stop watching the news. Anybody that's watching it, it's really fake news. I mean, and I don't care what you feel about Trump. Yeah, he can be an asshole, but think about how he works. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. This man has been bankrupt several times, and he's built his fortune back up several times. If anyone's qualified to fix the shit show that's gone on from corrupted bankers and politicians and people that have been fucking us sideways and taking away our rights and treating us like Nazis, Germany from several years ago, World War II. Yeah. That stuff's not going to happen. It's not going to be allowed to be carried out. We will see some of it, but it's not going to go into fruition. It's going to be stopped before that happens. I know that is going to not be going through. There is no way. We're not on that timeline. We are on a higher vibrational timeline. So keep having faith. Keep sharing. Keep loving your neighbor. Keep being positive. Find something you're passionate about. I mean, we've got beautiful weather right now. Yeah, it's cold. It's wintertime. Go out and snowshoe. Maybe go snowboarding, go sledding, take your kids out. Get a big fucking block of ice. Go put a towel on the top of it. Go ice blocking. That's fun. If you've never done it, do it. It's freaking fun. Get some friends on a hill and go ice blocking. There's so many fun things that you can do that are active. Get yourself some sunshine. Yeah, it's not really the freshest of air, but with the intention, I mean, we could do anything. If you've ever heard or not heard of Dr. John Bergman, check him out. This guy's amazing. He's helping people to change their bodies, to change their lives, and get their spines fixed, basically, because he's a chiropractor. He'll realign your spine for those that go to him, but he teaches people how to get their body alkaline so that we can stop disease. And that's one thing that you're not going to get from the fake stream medicine groups, because the FDA is so corrupted. They want us to be sick. They want us on their drugs so our bodies aren't functioning. And our bodies were made to heal and repair themselves. Now, as far as emergency care goes, we have phenomenal emergency care worldwide. It's the long-term care that is so dangerous. We should not be on drugs. And even things as simple as over-the-counter drugs like Tylenol, acetaminophen, ibuprofen. There's Aleve, which is the, what's the name of that? They're all the non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Naproxen or naproxen, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And then you've got your aspirin. All of those things inhibit your COX-1 in your stomach, which is going to inhibit serotonin. It's going to inhibit your immune system because you're not going to be producing, like at night when you sleep, you've got to produce serotonin so your body can regenerate. So that's one of those things. It also inhibits proteoglycan production. What proteoglycan is it is the building block, the foundation of your sinew, of your cartilage, your joints. And so when an orthopedic surgeon or another, these younger techs nowadays, and my dad would teach people how to heal and regrow your cartilage. You can do that. I've done it. It's really cool. Bone broth, shark's cartilage, chicken cartilage, eat that stuff. get your body alkaline, lubricate. That's a lot. Drink a lot of water. And it took a while, but I was able to regenerate the cartilage in my knee. Yeah, you can do it. And that's by healing the gut. And that's where Dr. Bergman talks about a lot, is when you heal the gut. Leaky gut, most people have it because what do we have? We have processed foods that have pesticides in them. They have herbicides in them. Those things kill our bodies. And yeah, Monsanto is going to say, oh, that's not going to hurt you. But think about it. What's in your gut? We're made up of microbes. We're made up of viruses, bacteria. And if we kill those good little bugs in our bodies, then basically we're committing suicide. So little plants that's in our bodies. Yes, we have different types of plants that help us to live, different types of animals that help us to live. And if you kill those, you get an overgrowth called candida, which is a type of a yeast that is growing in your body. It goes into the blood, which is systemic candida, and it grows cancer, it grows disease, it makes your body really acidic. And so you get sick. You get what's called disease. And so I highly suggest Dr. John Bergman. Look him up. He is phenomenal. I had stage 3 adrenal cortex carcinoma from about June 2014 is when it was found to about April 2017. And in January is when I found Dr. Bergman. It took about 95 days to go from stage 3 to remission. And I have not been out of remission since because I keep my body alkaline. I'm mostly fruitarian, so I do eat quite a bit of melon. I eat apples, a lot of apples. I love celery. A lot of times we'll do like celery with some peanut butter, and watch the oils, because canola oil, which is also rapeseed or rapeseed oil, it's really bad for your pituitary gland and your heart. And so is soy. It's going to really hurt your brain. And a lot of people just think, oh, whatever, those things aren't going to hurt you. They're not for human consumption. Rapeseed oil also has a lot of toxic chemicals in that is really not good for the body. I love coconut oil. My dad did a lot of research on coconut, which is cool because our brains are made out of cholesterol. So these statin drugs are total bullshit, total lie. Dr. Bergman talks about if our body is expressing something, that's kind of an alarm system. So if your blood pressure is going up, there's something, it's going, hey, there's something wrong here. Don't give me a drug to lower me. Let's fix the problem. And a lot of times it has to stem with your spine. And so a lot of times we're leaning, hunched over with a forward-facing neck on our cell phones. We're not using proper posture. And so from your, I think it's C1 to C5, I believe is what he talks about. And then you've got your thoracic, I think it's like T5 to T7. If those get out of whack enough, you can actually stop your heart. And so I have had, I think, up to grade 1 scoliosis, which my chiropractor has helped to correct for the most part. It does have a slight curvature, but it's not so bad. But I do exercise and like push-ups and doing your pull-ups and things. I mean, you want to keep your body active. It's not like I'm doing like I was before when I was on bicycle and I was riding everywhere. I'll work out maybe half an hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour if I feel like it, about 4 times a week. But what you want to do is you want to get your heart rate up. It helps to keep your cardiovascular system stronger. It helps to boost your immune system. A sedentary lifestyle hurts your body as well. And Dr. Bergman talks a lot about sedentary lifestyle. And so keeping active and drinking a lot of clear liquids. And so if you think about your body weight, you want to do about half your body weight in ounces, or at least a gallon a day if you're a lot of people are a lot heavier, stouter. So think about your body mass. We need to be filling our body with clean water, clean liquids, with clean high vibratory fruits and vegetables that have not been compromised. The problem with GM foods, genetically modified foods, is a lot of them have been DNA infused with, there's a bacteria that's naturally in the ground that kills bugs. It makes their little guts burst. And so that has been genetically intertwined and braided into the DNA of corn. So sweet corn. Usually if I have corn, I usually choose the native corn, the colored corn that's non-GM, because I don't want that on my belly. I mean, if it's exploding the little bugs' guts when they eat it, what's it going to do to our guts? I mean, you think of the obesity problem that we have in our planet, not just alone in America. It's just, I was 220 pounds almost 13 years ago, and I'm 5'6". That's a lot of weight on my little frame. And size 18, 20 on my pants, size 1X on my top. I was a big girl. I'm about a size 0, 1 on my pants now, and a size small on my top. So it can be done. It does take a little discipline. And sugar is highly addictive. It reacts in the brain. The brain reacts to it just like it does to cocaine. And so, then you think about, okay, if you're systemically charged with candida, that candida is going to be taking over your body and wanting that sugar. So then you're going to have an even greater addiction because it feeds on the sugars. And so that would be, high carbs. Maybe we crave a lot of breads or a lot of cakes and cookies. And I know I've been there. Shit, I used to bake all the time. But, I don't want that anymore because my joints hurt all the time. I had fibromyalgia. I had Addison's disease. I had rheumatoid arthritis. And being in remission for that stuff is so amazing. I'm off of 16 meds that I was rotating. There was about 22 of those that I was rotating from because I had different opioids that I was on for pain. I was taking meds for vertigo. I was taking meds for nausea. I was taking meds for migraines. I was taking meds for, there's ACE inhibitors as well as the statin drugs. So that's your high blood pressure. And because I have mitral valve prolapse in my heart. So my mitral valve, instead of pumping regular, the little Pope's hat would go up, it kind of goes like this and it has a little flutter. And so it's just, sometimes the blood goes backwards into my heart and I'll have what's called a mitral valve prolapse. And my heart will stop for a second, quiver, and then go again. And it hurts, but as long as I keep myself strong and I do moderate exercise each week, it doesn't really set my asthma off either as much. But I'm not on any of those drugs anymore. I'm 100% drug-free pharma. I'm not doing that shit. It's deadly, in my case, and everyone's going to be different. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you how to take care of your body. I'm just saying what's helped me to keep myself higher vibration. I'm not on the antidepressant drugs or the antipsychotic drugs anymore. I didn't need any of that shit. I mean, taking care of my body in a manner that is, drinking clean water, eating clean food, getting the minerals and the vitamins that I need. It's phenomenal, the difference that I have. And it doesn't mean I don't have rough days or I don't have days when I'm not stiff or, have a headache or a bellyache or whatever. Because we do have ascension system or symptoms. I mean, the Schumann resonance has been off the wall. It's crazy. Our solar energies, the planetary energies, they're all so strong and so intense right now. And so we're going to be feeling those things. But as we take care of our bodies and become as clean as we can and high vibratory as we can, it really does make a difference on how we feel. It helps to strengthen our immune system so that when we do get into a virus that our body starts to kind of react on and replicate the DNA or the RNA and make us feel like we're sick, then, what we do personally, whenever we start to feel like, oh, maybe we're getting something in the nose or the throat, is I get one of those little NeilMed saline nasal rinses, the little bottle, and I'll fill it up with the warm water, put in the little saline solution powder. It's like baking soda, with salt. Pretty much is all it is. You can even find recipes and make your own. And then I'll add some colloidal silver to it. I'll just spray it right in, shake it up, and then squirt it up into my nose, get all that nice up in there into my sinuses, because we are being biosprayed still with the chemtrails, which who knows what is in it. Because just the other day when I was doing the Facebook Live, lighting the snow on fire, and it's turning black and it smelled like plastic. It's gross. And then my friend Steven did an experiment with a snowball and just left it on his table to melt overnight. And it had this really nasty gray residue left over. So, you know, we can't control right now what's in our air, but we can control what we put in our bodies for the most part, you know, how we're eating, how we're taking care of our bodies to stay more alkaline, to help keep our guts in check so that we're sleeping, we're creating serotonin, allowing our bodies to regenerate. And even when you get a virus, you know, just taking care to do what you can to boost your immune system. Vitamin C is great for that. High doses of vitamin C. You really can't take too much vitamin C because you piss it out. It's water soluble. So water soluble vitamins, you cannot overdose on it. It's impossible. Fat soluble vitamins, you got to be careful, and you do want to, you know, eat things that have, like, you know, like your good oils, canola oil. If you do olive oil, just make sure where it's sourced and that it's actual olive oil, because there are some companies that are not giving you olive oil. So you don't want that stuff in your body. It's really hardcore on your body. And if you do eat eggs, raw egg yolks are actually really, really good for your brain. And so there's so many things that you can do, excuse me, to help your body, to boost your immune system. And then, of course, what kind of thoughts are going through our mind? We're going to have stress at work. I know. I have some patients that sometimes I'm like, oh, you're testing my patience. 0 point. Coming back to center. And so just like Dr. Bergman talks about, back to him, what are we doing with our mind, body, spirit? He talks about prayer and meditation. I agree. Prayer and meditation could be many things. You know, what are those things to you? Is it sitting in silence, allowing yourself to breathe and channel the Kundalini energy, channel your prana? You could do the pranayama, which is the breathing where you cover one nostril, breathe in, breathe out. And my nose is kind of clogged again, but you get the idea. There's different ways you could do it. You could do fire breathing. You know, there's so many different ways to do it. When you do fire breathing for quite a while, you can actually really you can feel the energies flowing up your body. You can do tantric breathing that's similar to the fire breathing, or you can do the slow, deep breathing. So getting those the channels in your body to flow, whether it's, you know, relaxing, meditating, being pensive, but thinking of positive things. What can you do to relax your body? Take your body out of that sympathetic dominant state or that fight or flight state that causes compromise to our bodies, because it downregulates your thyroid, it upregulates your your adrenals, and so that's where you get your cortisol and the other corticosteroids, the adrenaline that is getting your body like, so the body doesn't know the difference between running away from a tiger or that argument you had at work, or you stubbed your toe and it's like, you know. So we're going to have those times when we're going to have that sympathetic dominant state. It's how long are we staying in those states, and how quickly can we get out of those states and be able to get back to a level of center so that we're not engaging in those negative energies. We're not engaging in those arguments and those banters. And I'm not perfect. I've lost my shit too. There's times when I've had enough and I just realize, oh God, I just fucked up. Excuse me. I wasn't as grounded as I needed it to be. So I'm going to, you know, forgive myself, apologize where needed, move forward, and, you know, don't beat myself up. So mind, body, spirit. What can we do to, you know, get the rest that we need, the rejuvenation we need, have the clean food and water that we need to eat, making sure that we're getting the macro and micronutrients that we need. Another one that I was not sure. Well, I mentioned it with my nebulizer before, excuse me. which has helped my asthma quite a bit. And when I haven't had pneumonia now for 2 years, which is phenomenal, thank God, because I used to get it all the time when I would get sick or get any kind of chest congestion crap. But N-acetylcysteine is awesome because when you put it into a nebulizer, like my nebulizer cup, what I would do is I'd take about 4 ounces of distilled water and then one of my NAC capsules and mix it up and then just fill up my nebulizer cup and just breathe it. And what that NAC is doing with the lungs is it's creating glutathione directly in the lungs. So when I had COVID last year in February, it did knock my butt down, because, asthma is compromising, but I'm still here. It didn't kill me. What did I do different? Okay. I think part of it is because I've been working on staying alkaline. I think that's definitely helped. I do work on getting enough sleep, which for my body, I only need about 4 to 5 hours. And so I usually go to bed at a decent time. Most nights I'll go to bed by about 9 to 10 p.m. And then I'm up by about 3:30 or 4. And that's not everybody's cup of tea. But, I have a different line of study. My spiritual practices, meditation in the morning, and then I will get up and I'll exercise by a certain time. And then I'll go have a nice bath where after that exercise, I'm relaxing again, stretching and rubbing out the muscles, allowing myself to just take in and ground and through the water. I have an earthing mat that I made that are super easy to make. If you can't get your bare feet out on the ground. Out here, it would be in the snow, which, we still do it. I guess it makes you tough. The Russians taught us well. But, if it's too cold for you to get out and barefoot do some grounding, a grounding mat might be something for you, which is, like I said, simple to make. You just get a steel screen, and I just edge it with Gorilla Tape and have a little gator clip that I clip on one corner and get that nice and taped off, which has a wire going from the screen and the gator clip to either you can run it out of a window down into the ground into a nail, or you know how you've got your 2-prong and then the little middle prong of your plugs. I don't know if I've got one of those, but basically the plug, excuse me, where it's got the little middle prong, the little grounding prong. When you plug in and you see the little grounding prong, just make sure that your electrical system is correctly wired in your house so you're not going to zappo. You do not want to plug it into either one of the prongs that you would put these two in, or you will be zapped and die. So only the grounding plug. So that's where you would plug in your grounding mat if you're going to use it that route, because it would go all the way to where your house is grounded into the nail there. So but you do want to make sure that an electrician has properly done your grounding on your house. Otherwise, I'd suggest maybe getting a long speaker wire and running it out the window. But you can make a grounding mat as long as you want. You can put it to where you can lay your whole body on it, or just, a small square where you're just putting your bare feet on it for, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. You can make grounding shoes. There's tape that you can get that's metallic, and it'll run a current. Some of it's got copper on it, or it's gold colored. Some of it's silver colored. And you can take house slippers or shoes and wrap it around so that it's like coming up inside the shoe and up and around, inside, up and around several times. So you've got a nice conductor, and then put your bare foot on the tape that's on the inside, and it's going up in and out. And that's another way that you can ground, and you can still but you got to go outside onto the ground. And then, of course, the earth touching, it's going to be doing that electrical current through that metallic tape. But you just want to make sure that it's a tape that would connect a current, which trying to think the type of, I think some of it's ducting tape that you can get like at Lowe's or Home Depot or something. But that's really good if you want to make grounding shoes. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways that you can do grounding. Some people ground through crystals. They'll hold their crystals and then go discharge the crystals on the ground. There's really no wrong way to do it, but you do want to to be able to get your body to do energy flow, energy exchanges, because we get buildup of energies in our energy centers, or what's called our chakras, for those that aren't as familiar. And so we want to keep those chakras free flowing. And so the spirit side would be our spiritual hygiene or our energetic hygiene. And so that's where maybe if you're not totally familiar with it, finding a mentor that can teach you. That's one of the things that I do. I do etheric surgery. I do bi-location on the astral to where the person happens to be. And so those people that I have worked with would be familiar with that. And once I am in that person's energy field on the astral, then I basically scan their energies with it's kind of a psionic type of I'm doing it with my third eye and remote viewing, scanning their body. It's kind of like I imagine like a laser beam type thing going up and down. And I can see, like with the energy field, the auric field, I'll see that there's a problem. Maybe there's a discoloration in the auric field or the electrical field of that person's body. Maybe their body grid happens to be off, or maybe they have an entity that's there that's either attached itself to that person, or maybe is affecting that person in one way or another. There could be an alien implant of some sort. Some of them are multidimensional, so they won't be picked up on a scanner here on this planet. Some of them are metallic that are picked up. So it just depends on what kind of attachment or implant that you've had. If you've been an abductee, I do work with a lot of people that have been abductees, whether through military abductions or extraterrestrial interdimensional abductions. I've worked with people in the secret space program. I've worked with people that have had satanic ritual abuse. And with each of those cases, you see where the trauma has affected that person, or maybe there's a type of an attachment or something that has caused that person maybe a parasite or some sort of a disease. And I've had things that I've taken off, and there's things that can be put on you again. And so that's why it's so important to have that personal spiritual hygiene, to, take those measures to learn how to shield yourself, protect yourself. And then maybe if you're not finding, or maybe you sense that something might be there, finding somebody that could do session work to help teach you how to do that, or that can see that maybe if you don't have the ability at that time, because we do all have the ability to learn those things naturally. We have these psychic abilities, these intuitive abilities, these abilities for telepathy, for kinetic type things, like atmokinesis is one of the things I do. I can control the weather with my mind. I've been able to change storm patterns, make it rain or stop rain, or snow or stop snow. And so there's a lot of people that have learned how to do that. There's other types of kinetic abilities too. There's people that can be pyrokinetic and make fire stop or go. I haven't practiced that one so much. But anyway, that's just kind of some examples of that. But we all have those abilities. That so-called junk DNA that a lot of scientists like to call, it's not junk at all. We're activating that right now, which is really cool. So most people have 12 strands of amazing DNA that's being activated on this path that we're on by, changing your diet, going through that dark night of the soul, or that galactic dark night, or personal dark night, or whatever, all of us are doing. A lot of us have already gone through the dark night, and we're helping with the galactic dark night. A lot of us energy workers, the indigos, the blue rays, the crystals, all of us rainbow warriors. So you're not doing it alone. Everybody's going through something. It's just being positive and really taking care of our energetics, because we've already made it, guys. We're already there. Just keep taking care of yourself and raising those vibes. Anybody that has any questions, shoot me a DM. We can chit chat about it. If it's something that I don't have an answer for, I'll help you look it up, because I'm always doing some sort of research. I get it. I've had health issues. I've had disease. I've had severe, debilitating, suicidal depression. I've attempted twice. I get it. I know it hurts. but it's doable. We got this. And even more so, with each person that can raise their vibrations, it helps the next person. So when we do that inner work, when we're cleaning our body, mind, body, spirit, doing that hygiene, eating high vibratory, taking care of our positive thoughts and channeling the negative shit that comes to us, because we're not going to not have that stuff. It's just going to happen. It is what it is. But it's taking care of what can I do right now in the moment, the now moment, to center myself so that I'm not in those emotions that can take me one way or another, that can cause me that extra stress, that sympathetic dominance, that whatever it is that's going to cause me that stress, that's going to throw me off balance. Excuse me. So like I said, any questions that you guys have, feel free to shoot me a DM. And any of the listeners that are with C4OC Radio Network, Revelation Radio Las Vegas, feel free to get a hold of Captain Stevo or Jenny Ray and get any questions for me. And if you have any comments or suggestions for a live or a recorded video, let me know, because we'll research that. I'll find somebody that can help answer your questions if need be. There's so many great people out there that have a niche that they're really specialized in, that they've really been looking into, a lot like the energy work that I've been doing, that I've been trained on with this bilocational etheric surgery, with the corporal psionic grid work. That's what I do when I was talking about taking off and changing and helping to fix and to balance the body, balance the energy fields, balance the electrical system of the body, balance those grids in the body so that it can help, because as above, so below, as below, so above, or however that saying goes. What is going on is going to be going on all dimensions, because we're multidimensional beings. So we don't want to just ground to the earth. We also want to ground multidimensionally. So that's that mind, body, spirit. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. I love you guys. And like I said, just reach out if you have any questions, and I shall talk to you later. Cheers.